Hey, what's up, fam? Welcome to Ask Them My Odds.
where we challenge you to stop playing and start pushing.
This right here is my gorgeous wife, Iana.
And this right here, this is my caretaker, my protector, my big daddy, otherwise and better known as Big Baba. Ayize. It's my boo.
Your boo, baby?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We just wanted to come to you all
Woo.
really quickly.
Tired, sorry.
I'm tired too, but I ain't all like, woo. You know, we just had a really good meal too, so both of us got that, got that itis, going on. But yeah, we wanted to come to you all really quickly and touch on a couple of topics. The first thing that I want to throw out there to you all is something that we're talking about amongst each other, or amongst ourselves rather, the other day. And the thing that came up was the fact that, when you're in a relationship with somebody, oftentimes you'll hear me, you got a problem with the way I move?
No, I'm really interested in I don't know what you're getting ready to say. So.
Oh, okay. You have a problem with some things that your partner is doing, and sometimes your partner has problems with some of the things that you're doing. But the thing that my wife, she actually lifted this point up to me, and I wanted to take it into a therapy session with one of our clients, but I failed to actually mention it. But she mentioned emotional DNA, emotional DNA, and I thought that was such a poignant point that she lifted up because we all have histories, and you've heard me say it, you've heard my wife say it on a number of occasions. But when you really consider the fact that you come into a relationship with a blueprint, a psycho-emotional blueprint that you carry into the relationship, otherwise known as baggage. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but you have a blueprint, you have an emotional DNA that you carry into the relationship. And sometimes, depending upon how your partner engages you, they trigger certain things that may have been latent for a long, 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 long time.
Right.
So you may have resolved some old hurts, some old pain, some old wounds, and then your partner says something to you, and you just pop off. They rub you the wrong way, and that emotional DNA, that emotional blueprint that was instilled in you from a child, it starts to get revved up. It kicks in, and you respond sometimes in a way that's not productive. And so again, I just want everybody out there to be mindful of the fact that when you're in a relationship, it's not just you being in a relationship with the you in the here and now. It's you being in a relationship with the person whose past is now present in your current relationship, and your past is now present in your current relationship. So y'all both got that emotional DNA that you need to be mindful of, when you're engaging each other.
And the last thing that I'll say about this emotional DNA is that it's a big deal. It's really serious, and it happens whether or not you realize it or not. When I say it happens, what is the it? The it is that you have a propensity for some things. You have an inclination towards some things and away from other things. You have a certain vulnerability to perceiving things a certain way based on who you are and based on where you've come from, no matter if you like it or not. It doesn't matter how much insight you have about it. Awareness about it doesn't even change it. It just makes you aware that it is so, and it allows you to be more present if you're willing to work on it. But the other piece I want to say about this thing is this: emotional DNA. DNA is what? DNA is passed on from one person to another, from one generation to the next. So I want you to stop and think about your mother. I want you to stop and think about your father. And I want you to think about just at least one thing, although there is more than one thing, that you carry in your personality, in your tendencies, in your ways that you really pride yourself on, that you cherish. And I also want you to think about something that you really despise about, the way you flow, the way you deal with certain things, how you tend to think about certain things, how you tend to feel off the cuff about certain situations, and how that mirrors almost identically your parent. Even if the circumstances or the situations that you're dealing with are different, the feelings, the emotions are the same. And so it is very important for us to understand the weight of emotional DNA. If you understand it, if you become aware, if you begin to study it yourself, your past, in a very intentional way, then your future can be shaped and can be crafted with much more power because you are aware, because you can be intentional so that you can actually go to the next level in your relationships and realize that nothing is just because it is. Ain't nothing just happened just because it happened. Ain't nothing go down like that because it just went down like that. Everything has a cause and an effect. Every single thing. And there is nothing that has a universal meaning for everyone. What you perceive is what you perceive. What I perceive is what I perceive. And much of it, my dear, is because of your emotional and my emotional DNA. Figure it out. Self-awareness is key. That's why we always talk to y'all about what's going on with you when you're dealing with your relationships with your boo. Because at the end of the day, it always comes back down to your emotional DNA. Y'all, it's important. Pay attention. But in order to do so, you got to stop playing
And start pushing.
Start pushing.